Hi, my name is Cindy. My husband and I often sit on the front porch in the afternoon, drinking coffee and just talking. And we have a squirrel that likes to play in our front yard out on the boulevard next to this tall tree. And he'll be out there pulling clover or eating helicopter seeds. And after a while, he runs up into the tree, and there's this little area, little platform in the middle of three big branches, and he just goes up there and he'll sit there for a while, and pretty soon he lays down, lowers himself, and my husband has watched him through a camera zoom, and eventually you can see that the squirrel is sleeping because his eyes are closed. And so the other day when we were out there, this bird came out of nowhere, and it wasn't making a noise like a hawk, and we couldn't really get a good picture of him, but we saw the shadow, and it was like you sensed it, and he swooped down out of the sky, and the shadow passed over the top of the little squirrel, and of course he kept on flying. He went across the street and around some trees and came back. In the meantime, the squirrel got as far as the tree, and he was hiding in the grass. All we could see was, just his little tiny nose and his eyes. And the squirrel came back, or the bird came back, still silent. And again, it was so fast. It was like this black shadow, and it disappeared. We think went back into the pine tree down the road. But the squirrel jumped on the tree, didn't even take time to play. He just ran straight up to the top, got in his burrow, and just flattened himself so that he could not be seen. And I thought, that's just like in Psalms and Proverbs in the Bible. They talk a lot about safety in the tower, because ancient cities had towers of refuge when there was war and conflict, and people could run to it and be safe. And so Proverbs 18 verse 10 says, we sing this in church, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run to it and are safe. And that's what our little squirrel does. That tree is his high tower, and he must feel so safe when he's flattened down that he can fall asleep. And so just like that, Jesus is our high tower. And when we have enemies in this world that we need to be protected from, and we're having troubles, we can run to the Father and we can be saved. And in fact, Psalms 18, again, chapter 18, verse 1, 2, and 3, it says that, I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from my enemies. Jesus is my high tower, and he keeps me safe. Just like that squirrel in the tree. I thought that was pretty cool. My name is Cindy. I hope to see you again soon.